We all have to start somewhere. Ever been watching a movie and spotted one of your favorite celebs of today in a minor role? What celebrity did you forget was in your favorite film? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Chris Evans, Not Another Teen Movie. We're kicking things off with one of the most prolific actors of the superhero era of Hollywood. Before he was Captain America, before he was the Human Torch really, 19-year-old Chris Evans was finding his stride in one of those movies. Playing the popular jock archetype in Not Another Teen Movie, his character was a direct parody of Freddie Prinze Jr.'s role from She's All That, jet black hair included.
No, anyone but her, not Janie Briggs. Guys, she's got glasses and a ponytail.
Hardly the best parody movie to ever grace the silver screen, though hardly the worst if we're being honest, but Evans' comedic funny bone is on full display all the same.
Who's that?
It's my mother.
You have her eyes.
Now that his tenure in the MCU is ostensibly finished, rewatches of this movie has fans of his saying, "That's America's whipped cream bikini."
Hungry?
Number 9, Matt Damon, Mystic Pizza. Matt Damon wouldn't get his breakout role until he was 26 years old with the advent of Good Will Hunting.
Do you like apples?
Yeah.
Well, I got a number. How do you like them apples?
However, his first film appearance came in 1988's Mystic Pizza, where a 17-year-old Damon played the younger brother of one of the male romantic interests. Damon's scene comes when Julia Roberts' character meets her yuppie boyfriend's family over dinner, and seeing as it's a romantic comedy, it does not go well.
Mom, do you want my green stuff? That's called the tamale, Steamer. It's the best part.
It's the shit, Steam. Don't eat it.
Apparently what didn't go well for Damon's steamer was the lobster, as he asks his mother if she wants any of his green stuff. The cameo is unmistakable, as even over 30 years later, Matt Damon still looks pretty much the same.
Looks aren't everything.
Number 8, Kerry Washington, Save the Last Dance. Save the Last Dance was quite the box office earner when it debuted in 2001, roughly making back its budget tenfold. How many people realized that they were in the presence of a future star and a young Kerry Washington, playing the friend to Julia Stiles' Sarah?
You need to take off that 5th grade dance-looking top.
It's from the Gap.
It's country and you look country in it.
Washington, who turned 23 during filming, gives quite the impassioned performance in her first big role, gracefully conveying the themes of racial integration and squandered youth.
He's gonna make something of himself, and here you come white, so you gotta be right. And you take one of the few decent men we have left after jail, drugs, and drive-by. That is what Nikki meant about you up in our world.
Honestly, in comparing this with the Emmy nominees' work on Scandal, it becomes apparent that Washington has been that good for a long time.
I don't know, you still sound like a little bitch, baby.
I'm not a little bitch, baby!
And show me! Prove it to me! Right now! Show me who you are, Cyrus Bean!
Number 7, Jennifer Aniston, Leprechaun. This one won't be hard to recognize, as it came out the year before Jennifer Aniston's breakout role on the hit sitcom Friends.
I just want to be married again.
And I just want $1 million.
What is surprising, however, is how she survived this campy schlockfest, both literally and figuratively.
Hello! Help us, please! Come help us, we're trapped inside of here!
Where's the rest of me gold?
Here she plays the ostensible final girl who uncovers a sadistic leprechaun at a farmhouse in North Dakota that's definitely not actually in California. From there, the 23-year-old Aniston and the rest of the cast do a lot of running around as the plot tries to figure out how to fill a 92-minute runtime. Still, watching Aniston play off the always energetic Warwick Davis is a real treat.
What the hell are you?
I'm a leprechaun, me dear.
She wasn't the first actor to get their start in a horror movie, nor will she be the last on this particular list. Number 6, Elijah Wood, Back to the Future Part 2. Wood is so young in this one, and it's such a small part that you might miss it if you're not looking for it. Most of us know Elijah Wood as playing Frodo Baggins in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which began filming when he was 18.
Remember what Bilbo used to say? It's a dangerous business, Frodo.
Going out your door, you step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to.
However, he was just a mere 8 when he debuted in Back to the Future Part 2. Set in the then future of 2015, the scene comes when Marty McFly visits a retro diner and notices a couple of kids tinkering with an arcade machine.
It's Wild Gunman.
How do you play this thing?
I'll show you, kid. I'm a crack shot at this.
He shows them how it's done, but they are thoroughly unimpressed.
You have to use your hands? That's like a baby's toy.
That's when we get a good look at the future Hobbit. They can't all be PS4s, kid. Number 5, Jim Parsons, Garden State. Ever since his first appearance as Sheldon Cooper on the hit CBS sitcom The Big Bang Theory in 2007, it's been difficult to see Jim Parsons playing anything other than either a giant nerd, a brainy know-it-all, or both.
You know, in difficult moments like this, I often turn to a force greater than myself. Religion? Star Trek.
Apparently that typecast precedes the show, as even before that he was playing Tim, an armored employee of Medieval Times Dinner and Tournament in Zach Braff's directorial debut, Garden State. The 30-year-old Parsons even spouts a little bit of Klingon, something that would make the future Sheldon Cooper very proud.
Say what you said to her last night.
Kuntar Patiki Maya. Al-Fook Su.
Apparently his collaboration with Braff went well, as he would later appear in Braff's second feature, Wish I Was Here.
Why are you helping me?
I have no idea. It makes no sense, but you know, whatever.
Number 4, Amy Adams, Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Hi, Pat. Go Muskies, woo!
Usually when you star in a teen flick, you figure 1 or 2 of your castmates will go on to have a lengthy career, but we doubt anyone figured a 24-year-old Amy Adams would become a 6-time Oscar nominee.
Either you stand up straight and you get your back straight and you have the courage to become someone, or I'm gone.
Sure, the mockumentary Drop Dead Gorgeous has a number of notable young faces such as Kirsten Dunst and Brittany Murphy, but we'd be damned if we didn't pick Adams out of the crowd.
For my talent, I'm gonna be doing the... Pat, I'm trying to tell them about... Yeah?
She plays the hysterically ditzy Leslie, just one of the many contestants in the Sarah Rose Cosmetics Mount Rose American Teen Princess pageant. Yeah, long title. While she may only have one second runner-up in the pageant, she'll always be a winner in our book.
Hey, I got second runner-up. I got second place.
Third.
Huh?
Number 3, Alexander Skarsgard, Zoolander. These days, we think of Alexander Skarsgard as being on the beefier side, whether it be in his breakout role of Eric Northman on True Blood, or as the king of the jungle himself, Tarzan.
Whatever happens, do not interfere. Understand?
However, 24-year-old Skarsgard was noticeably skinnier in Zoolander, at least compared to his male model roommates. It's one of the funniest scenes in an already hysterical movie, as the roommates bicker and allow their heightened senses of self to warp their worldview.
It's like, excuse me, but have you ever heard of styling gel?
I'm sure Hansel's heard of styling gel. He's a male model.
Well, Earth to Brent, I was making a joke.
Thankfully, they're able to come together and lift Derek's spirits over the one thing that's always sure to do the trick.
Orange Mocha Frappuccino!
It's just a shame they had to die in a freak gasoline fight accident. Number 2, Johnny Depp, A Nightmare on Elm Street. Johnny Depp has made a career out of playing unrecognizably eccentric characters, be it Captain Jack Sparrow, Willy Wonka, or the Mad Hatter.
It's absolutely Alice. You're absolutely Alice. I'd know you anywhere. I'd know him anywhere.
However, his most unrecognizable role might be in his first A Nightmare on Elm Street, due to how normal it is.
Look, we have reason to believe that there might be something very strange going on here.
He plays Glenn Lance, boyfriend of main character Nancy Thompson. Despite suffering from nightmares himself and discovering the bodies of his 2 friends, he refuses to believe it's the work of deceased serial killer Freddy Krueger.
You bastard.
What'd I do?
His doubt proves to be the death of him as he falls asleep on the job and pays the consequences, resulting in one of the bloodiest movie deaths ever. Who could have guessed the then 21-year-old Depp would have such a storied career? Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Charlize Theron, That Thing You Do. Even back in 1996, she was breaking hearts.
This is hardly a date, guy. I thought we were going to the movies and dinner at the club.
Jason Segel, Can't Hardly Wait. Before How I Met Your Mother and Pineapples, he was the watermelon guy.
It's not really brown. Oh, he's tall.
Yeah, he's kind of tall, sort of tall.
Seth Rogen, Donnie Darko. Here he's playing a high school bully.
Didn't your dad, like, stab your mom?
Sandra Oh, The Princess Diaries. The future Grey's Anatomy star shines through as the vice principal.
The Queen is coming to Grove High School.
Samuel L. Jackson, Goodfellas. Even before he was always dying in movies, he was dying in movies. Number 1, Tom Hardy, Black Hawk Down. Ridley Scott's Black Hawk Down is riddled with rising young talent, from the likes of Hugh Dancy to Orlando Bloom. But for our money, the pre-fame role that always tickles our fancy is that of Tom Hardy as SPC Lance Twombly. It's nice to see him in an action setting without the lower half of his face covered, as we'd become well acquainted with, though amusingly his word delivery is still very distinct.
We're back before dark. You might as well take dope and beer instead.
What?
Between traversing the battle-scarred streets of Mogadishu and appearing in HBO's World War II miniseries Band of Brothers, 2001 was quite the debut for the 24-year-old Hardy, playing a soldier in 2 esteemed war projects.
Why are we fighting the war, Genovic? It seems that the Germans are bad. Very bad.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.